Okay, so today we are looking at verbs and nouns. So we have done some of these before, but we're just going to revise them before we look at sorting our words from Jack and the Beanstalk. Okay, so the first one we're going to look at is our verbs. So a verb is an action or a doing word. So I usually think of a verb as being a word that involves moving. So running, walking, jumping, or doing something. So writing, reading, watching. They are all verbs. What are you doing right now? You might be sitting and watching. So those are verbs. Then we have our nouns. So a noun is a person, place, animal, or thing. And we have done common nouns and proper nouns before, if you can remember what they are. We'll talk about them a little later on. Okay, so if you look around the room that you are in at the moment, everything that you can see is a noun, because you can touch it, you can see it, it's a thing. So in my room here, there is a desk, there is a bottle of water, I'm holding a marker, there's a light, a window, a guitar. Those things are all nouns. And I am also a noun, a person. Or if you want to give me my name, Neve, which is a proper noun because it only applies to me. Okay, so I'm going to give you a sentence and I want you to pick out the verbs and the nouns in the sentence. Okay, so our sentence is, Neve is writing a story. So let's start with the first word, Neve. Is it a verb or a noun? It's a noun, isn't it? Yeah, and we said that already because I am a person. And it's actually a proper noun because it is my name, so it only applies to me. So Neve is a noun. Neve is writing. So when you're writing, you're doing something, aren't you? It's an action that you're doing with your hand. So to write would be a verb. So Neve is writing a story. Well, is the story a verb or a noun? It's a noun, isn't it? It's a thing that I'm doing, yeah. So it's a thing. So it's a story. Okay, it's a noun. Okay, we'll do one more sentence. The lion eats his lunch. The lion. Is that a noun or a verb? It's a noun, isn't it? Yeah. Do you think it's a common or a proper noun? We don't know his name, so lion could refer to loads of different lions. It could be any lion in the world, so it's a common noun. It's a common word that we could use for lots of different lions. Eats. Eats is a verb, isn't it? To eat. When you eat, you're doing an action. You might be munching or chewing or biting. So to eat is definitely a verb. So the lion eats his lunch. What about the word lunch? That's a thing, isn't it? So that is a noun. And do you think it's a common or a proper noun? It's a common noun, isn't it? Because when we're in school or at home, we are all eating our lunch. It doesn't really say what that lunch is. Everyone is eating their lunch, all different things, but it's a common word that we use for all of our lunch. So now you can have a look at the Jack and the Beanstalk page and sort out the words from the story into nouns and verbs. And you might even be able to spot if it's a common or a proper noun.